Welcome to live show number 6 edit, and today we've got this nice selection of games. You can use the show notes in the description to jump to the games or watch on for your viewing pleasure, so please enjoy.
The next social stretch goal on KiS 102.4 is the 250 subscriber. Subscribe today and unlock new music that will change the music in all the videos in the future. You could be part of the evolution.
Alright, here we are. We're just trying to... I need to send this chat to Bo, who's doing our chat stream. There you go, Bo. Over to you. You got it? Yeah, thumbs up from Bo. Great. All right. Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy, and today is our live show. We are looking at games that we've not covered on the channel. Just want to mention our highlight reels. These are quick snippets of our longer videos so you can get a concept or an idea of how they are. They're actually quite funny to watch. They're only very short anyway. And this week on, we're covering these 4 great games here: The Great Race, Canvas, Final Girl, and the Cloud Spy expansions. You'll find out all about them in our new slimline format on this week on. You'll notice that... Just turn the aircon on. It's blistering heat outside. 34 degrees here in Mexico. Yeah, but the air is nice and cool now. So yeah, no, we basically just tell you about the games. We're not telling you about any of the latest updates because we're going to do a new show on Monday where we'll look at Kickstarter's ending this week. So if there's Kickstarter's ending this week, it will be covered on our Monday show, and we will go through the updates and tell you about them. That's the big news. So let's go to our normal site here, back account. We always go to back account. Frosthaven is ending this week, so we will certainly be following that on Monday's show. We're going to look through the updates, and I'll tell you now, the updates on Frosthaven are the most boring updates I have ever seen on a Kickstarter, bar none. And I'll explain that tomorrow in the video. It's just so dull. If you go through these updates, make sure you're taking a double espresso or some Pro Plus, because you're going to fall asleep at the dullness to the updates. And there's only one out of a gazillion that has actually portrayed any information on Frosthaven itself. If you can Adam and Eve it, believe it. Exactly. But his heading could be the biggest Kickstarter. Could be the biggest Kickstarter of ever. We'll just have to see about that. Ank's doing really well, of course. Canvas doing amazing as well. Please check our video on Canvas. Look, it's so successful. 5,000 backers. Why? Because it's a hot title. You must look at this. It's really cool. Card innovation. Go and check it out. Wolfenstein ending. We'll be looking at that tomorrow as well. Doing great. It's going to push 4,000 backers as it is. An amazing dungeon crawler. But we're going to look at Pax first of all today, as it's Pax that we didn't get a chance to look at. Partly because the team here wasn't interested in it. Because, first of all, this title keeps saying it's a Pax game. And the team here have no idea what a Pax team is. It's basically a war game where there's no combat, is what it is all about. And a war game without combat? Falling asleep already, my team. Bo's shaking his head here. Yeah, he doesn't like this concept. Now, it looks pretty hot, 3,500 backers. However, there's 3 Kickstarters here. There is Pax Viking, which they're calling a gateway entry into the Pax system. Pax Renaissance, a hardcore version of Pax, 2nd edition, a reprint. Coronavirus! No pun intended, though. We always keep saying that here in Mexico, as in Mexico, the Mexicans have a great sense of humor. As are the Irish, of course, why I'm always laughing. Conflict here, which is an expansion, module 3 to a game, High Frontier for All, which is like coming out of the blue, really, because what the heck is that? Cries my team. Sierra Madre Games and Ion Game Design, coming from Stockholm. Okay. Now, $64 for Pax Viking. We do like this cover. It is rather nice. We like the corner detailing. Yes. Complexity in the middle. 1 to 6, though. 6 people. They're calling this entry level with a medium complexity. I would have said entry level is 1 complexity, but easy to learn for families. Let's go full screen, says Bo. Okay. It's good to have an extra staff member on during these times. Solo mode, co-op mode. It's got lots of different modes, lots of things. The map, though, on the table, just look at it. It looks kind of dull. It's like you were painting this with just a green colour and an orange colour. You didn't want to put any details. The mountains here in Spain, where are the Pyrenees? Like, did the mountains move? Where are the Pyrenees mountains? Where's the Alps? Like, completely disregarding the map. Look at the map of England. It looks ridiculously daft. That's not the shape of England at all. You've got a massive circle over my country, Ireland, which is frankly offensive. And this is kind of why it wasn't impressive. Like, lack of detail on the map, just not really even focusing on the actual topography of Europe here. And if it's like, oh, that is how the Vikings drew the map back in those days, I don't care. I really don't care. That's no excuse for bad art. It really isn't. It's, if you look at the command title, which I forgot the name of it already. Oh, I've got KiS in my head because that game's so good. Ankh. If you look at Ankh, some of their cards are following the art from art in the Egyptian time 5,000 years ago, and it's not an excuse, it just looks boring, in my opinion. Anyway, player boards, look how long these are. Not much going on here. You can see the player boards have the exact same back art on each one of them, and the only thing that differentiates them is the hero image in the middle of the people you're playing. So yeah, it's just kind of using this boat of the background, and it could have done something different. I mean, that's just lazy. I'll say it now, that's lazy art when you copy paste across to the other people. That's not what I expect from a Kickstarter at all. So that's weak tea for me. Do like the little longboat minis though. That is kind of interesting. And yeah, so not too shabby. Look, you can see this again. It's just like got a wash. It's had like a wash over it. It's not detailed at all. You can see the mountains going above here, but they come up here. Imagine a line, mountain range, and yeah, it just looks all flat out here. And even in England, you've got mountains. You've got the mountain ranges up in the north. Scotland, for example, is a heavenly mountainous region, which is why there's only 1.5 million people living in Scotland, because it's so mountainous. And for the sake of putting this over Ireland, where it says Dublin, Dublin's not even up there. Dublin's down here on the backside of the dog. If you turn Ireland 90 degrees counterclockwise, it's like a little terrier dog, and on the little tail, that's where Dublin is. So this could have been floating down in the water and still represented Dublin. So this is ridiculous. So you just stamp that over my country. How dare you? I'm offended. I really am. Any Irish people people playing this game should have the same feeling. And any Scottish person who thinks that's how Scotland looks, they should also be offended too. I'll tell you an interesting fact. On the Euro, Norway, which is this country here, for those who don't know European geography, Norway here isn't part of the EU. So on the EU coin, they've taken this country out of the map on the coin. And this now is called the groin of Europe, because you've got the ball sack here. And here's the sausage going down with the sausage end here. I don't know if you can see that shape. The groin of Europe. How funny. Here are the player boards. 7 player boards. Again, the art at the back. The art that's so similar at the back. Eric the Victorious. Sigrid the Haughty. I do like these round tiles though, and there's a lot of them, 200 plus. And the text is right in the middle over the art. It could have been down a little bit, and this is the problem I have with round tiles, is you, as a designer, you have trouble getting the hero image in here. So what this beautiful art here, someone on a boat, someone I can't see because this writing's over it. This, you know, just bring this writing south, just bring it down. And yeah, like here, this Bulgar, Khazar, Sam, that gets a lot of real estate. That's getting all this real estate up here. You could have put that at the bottom here and put this bigger thing across here because it seems to be longer. I don't know. I really think that could have done a different pass on it. Yeah, you're just limited by your images here. Coins look nice though, yeah. We do like these coins, look like they've been hammered together. Longships are a little bit simplistic. The Dublin Longship. Ooh. Now these meeples, if you can even call them that, that's being very generous. Look at them. Oh man, they don't look anything interesting, do they? He says they are prototypes. Well, we hope so. We really do. So yeah, boring map, round tiles. Not the hero art gets lost. You could have reduced the text, bring it down a little bit. But other than that, it looks okay. I mean, if you're interested in Pax games, if it's all about war, we like the fight of war. So, and here's Pax Renaissance, just more heavy. You can see the boards here though are. Well, we'll go down here. Din. Look, it's the same image as above. Din. Another map here, very simplified. Blah, blah, blah. And it's just not a looker. It looks like a game of the past, is what it looks like. The art just looks old. And look, you've got a mix here of coloured portraits and then stylized black and white portraits. It's, you know, I don't know. Could you not have done something? I don't know. No, we do like these card shapes though. That you punch these out, they are quite cool. We do like that. Look at this, using chess pieces. Oh my god, really? It's so lazy. It really is. You could have totally done a meeple, but that's just, you know, there's no rights on chess apparently. You can just rip off the miniatures all day. Alright, so we're not even interested in this one. It just looks like a very aged board game that he's selling as an old board game. And here is the add-on to the space game that we don't know about. So this was like, you know, and frankly, I do know about this board game, but it doesn't interest me one bit. If you want me to get interested into a space game, Starlight, simple as that. Starlight is the one that drew me in. So yeah, lots of pledges, and that's PAX. You know, we just inherently not interested in PAX. Sorry. Tales from the Loop, very good. This is a cool, almost kids game. RPG in a box, storyline, branching storylines, lots of scenarios. Really interesting. We are deliberately keeping away from the updates here so that on our Monday show, when we go and look at it, it's going to be a big surprise to see what they've done. We want to make that Monday show very exciting. We've not looked at Ankh. Frosthaven ones, we couldn't avoid them, but yeah. Final Girl, fantastic solo game. Planet Unknown, absolutely fantastic. We'll be covering that tomorrow. Can't wait to see the updates tomorrow. See what they've done. The stretch goals are really cool. All these games here, we've got painting and RPGs and miniatures just clouding up this kick the table thing. Just show us the board games. Oh, it is what it is. They Live. Ooh, I've not checked the updates out either. Keeping everything secret until that Monday show, which is going to be cool. Lords of Vegas. We'll have a look at that, and then we'll go for a break. Okay. All right, Lords of Vegas, 10th anniversary. Underworld and Boss bundle, a new deluxe upgrade kit, and an expansion for the modern classic board game Lords of Vegas. Is it really modern if it was 10 years ago? You know, if you give me an iPhone from 10 years ago and tell me it's modern, I will say, no, it's not. So it's as simple as that. It really isn't. If I give you a PlayStation 2 and tell you it's modern, you're going to laugh at me. If I give you a Pentium chip from 10 years ago and I tell you it's modern, you're going to laugh at me. 10 years ago is not modern. Classic board game, Lords of Vegas, maybe, but that's pushing it, calling it modern. Not exploded with backers, and that's partly because of the price and what we're getting here. It is an old game, and it's an old game. They're selling. There's nothing here bringing it in to the 2020s. Now, they say this game comes with a beautiful board of the Vegas Strip, illustrated by the masterful Franz Vohwinkel. Now, that may have been great 10 years ago, but 2D art has transcended into a new level of expected from us Kickstarter backers, and really it could do with a definite upgrade. This board, it would have had loads of people on board for it. Also, look at this board, how much real estate you're leaving on the edge of the board, and this giant tracker here taking up a lot. You could have made this street bigger. What's the significance of this road on the outside here? Is that significant? Because what's significant is the tiles in the middle. They could have been made somewhat bigger. And, for example, the strip here. I don't know. If you look at Vincel Lucetti when he brought Kanban EV out, he completely updated it. And it would have been great if this game was modernized. You don't even need to go to 2020. You could have gone into the 60s or the 70s, because there was still mafia corruption around in Vegas back then. We're talking the Scarface era, Colombians, drug dealers and all that stuff. That's more interesting than 1930s gangsters through prohibition. So they had a chance to update it here with 10th anniversary, like Kanban, but just didn't do it at all, didn't do it justice, and just sat on their laurels and pumping out an old reprint, hoping you gun for it on Kickstarter. Well, ha! No. Look, you're even using paper money! You're even using paper money. You know, the dice are looking the same, the counters are looking the same. They could definitely do with an upgrade. These cards, massive art upgrade, unbelievable. You can't expect us to buy a 10-year-old game. Look at these dice. And these counters, they are horrendous. You're in Kickstarter land here. It's board game heaven. This is down at the retail bin. You find these counters in a charity shop game board, and they're still in the box because they weren't willing to take them from the box because they knew it was tapped. All right. Now these videos that are old, frankly, they are old. In fact, the shut up and sit down video, one of the peeps doing it, who's getting drunk in the video, he's not even with them anymore. It's that old. And so yeah, sticking. Oh, this stinks of nostalgia. The whole page. Look at this. Look at this art. Does that pass in 2020? No, it doesn't. Why do people like Lords of Vegas? This is it's 20 years ago. How old's this? How old is that quote? This is the guy. I can't remember his name. I'm bad with names. I'm going to say Matt as a guess. You see more of this art. It looks old by itself. Definitely needs a pass. We're in next generation desktop editing, publishing, art and everything. Oh man, what it could have been. Could be 1960s in the daytime with fountains all around, and I don't know, you could have totally done another 0.2 on it. Underworld board, they're just bringing out more that looks like the game to fit in with it, which is cool. And I'm guessing people are coming in here. You got this kind of stylized art. I'm not a particular fan of it, but the cards are doing what, at least the hero image of the card is kind of showing, and I'm pretty. I would say this is probably feeding into the art of the game. Anyway, it's this kind of aged art that we just don't see in modern games. Look at this for taking you for a ride. This box, it really is. And these chips as well. I don't understand why they're not selling these as an add-on. It seems to be a huge omission that they're not selling these, because they do look cool. These cars remind me of Kanban EV. They really do. And look, they're getting bags, and it's kind of interesting stuff. They're throwing this book of poker in and how to, 200 poker variations. Who gives one poo-poo about that? It's just sausage material. Shipping is absolutely outrageous as well. I mean, yeah. You want the 10th anniversary bundle? Yeah, you're going to pay $300 for this? Are you kidding me? Just on shipping? And you know what loan shark means? I know they've called themselves loan shark games. Loan shark means a criminal. That's what it is. And this is what this whole Kickstarter is to me. It's a criminal ask. They're asking for this. And have you noticed this update on Kickstarter? That this thing on the right stays there. It has its own wheel here. they don't understand Kickstarter if they've done this, because when you go past this, you get like a big white real estate where it could zoom everything out. You know, we're 1080p. Why is that important to stay with you? Anyway, that's a Kickstarter problem. Not Lords of Vegas. Right, we are going to go to a break. So, what we got with you? Well, we're going to explore a guy called Vassal. He's a guy from Macedonia who went to Canada, USA maybe, Chicago, I can't remember. He was an opera singer. He went back to North Macedonia recently and he's become a little bit of a pop star, and this was his song for the Eurovision. So let's take it away, Vassal, with this great song from the cancelled Eurovision 2020. Alright, thanks for that, Vassal. Interesting, an opera singer who has decided to do a pop song. Well, we want to really hear what your Vassal's song, his voice sounds like. So the next song is going to be an amazing one from him on our second break of the show. Interesting story developing, and it's the battle of the solo games. We've got Final Girl, an incredible solo game, and as we come down, we have Veil Wrath, another great solo game. Excuse me. And now we're going to look at the other two great solo games, the Ratcatcher and Ausonia. So we've got Ausonia first. There we go, it worked. It worked. Right, Ausonia, deck building game. Look at the art straight away. Oh my goodness, it looks great. Now they're using this black background to games, which means need sleeving. Immediately sleeve this, because I don't know what it is with black edging on cards, but they seem to get dented much quicker. I don't know, it's something with the black. But yeah, who is not going to sleeve their cards anyway? Now, this box, by the way, is tiny. Imagine a deck of cards, right? A deck of cards fits in your hand. Well, this is roughly the size of your hand, this box. I cannot tell you how small this game is. Over 1,000 backers, doing great. As we go down, the art is very nice. I do like it. It's a next generation deck building game, featuring a new resource system and fresh mechanics that enable you to highly manipulate the game flow. See this thing on the right, just not moving down? It's weird. If you think that's an improvement, Kickstarter, think again. Coming August, this game, so it's pretty much finished. I would hazard a guess that it's a retail game, but there is some stretch goals, so he's doing something. £19, which is $24 for a deck of cards, expensive, and you're going $38 here also. So what are you getting for your money? Well, oh, this thing's so annoying. Master tier, $40 comes with a collector's box, and a massive tier there if you want 3 of them. All right. Now the back of the card here looks like just a card back, doesn't it? But as you turn it over, then you get the beautiful art here. These gems, though, they're a little bit, I don't know. Like, for example, gems, they're supposed to have a translucent quality to them. And it would have been better if we saw these gems on a surface, like in a jeweler's shop, or, I don't know, on some cloth or something, instead of just this card background. Because what makes a diamond look great is when light shines on it, and what makes jewels look great is when they are got in a nice environment. And when you put this stale environment on them, they don't look as good as they would. All the art mainly has no background. It would have been nice to have them in situ, but it's kind of stylized anyway, and we do like the art. It gives it a nice Renaissance feel. We like how this is an oath, information, an appointment, gossiping, amazement, conference, masquerade. We like all that. This favor deck, though, for power is a little bit strange. But, you know, it's there for utility. It is there for utility. Use assassination and intimidation, so there's certainly interesting cards. We like how these dark cards have this skull in the top right, meaning it is like a darker evil. Choice. You notice up here they have different icons for the different gems and stuff, so yeah, it is nice. This is like shaking your hand and then giving you some illegal drugs secretly. We do like all these solo games are always asking these questions. What makes this game new and fresh? So yeah, nobody can interfere with your round. There's no take that. Favor cards have unique keywords. We saw that. The innovative resource system guarantees that Ausonia playthrough has an arc. Well, yeah, I mean, all this stuff is cool, and 2 expansions are instantly available, making the game more vivid. Vivid means more color, makes it stand out more. Okay. New influence tracker. We like these. If every player's getting these, though, it would have been nice if you got a character on each of these. But tracker itself is cool. Solo mode is very good, and the fact that it's coming as part of the package is even better. And these full art cards here really are adding a bit more vividness to the game, because it's full art. Looking cool. Nice putty cat here. What is she drinking? Is she a vampire? Looks like blood. And I like this half mask that she has on here. I love her outfit. It looks fantastic. Really, really does look nice. Social stretch goals as well, keeping the campaign active. Reference cards looking plain Jane, very dull. Here's your reference card, fall asleep. Yeah, we got some more cards. Really nice locking cards. I mean, it's a deck builder. All you can order unlocking its cards. There's no concept of building quality of cards or box. But I like how these cards are kind of showing you the names here. Curfew, Boycott, Penance. They're all unique. Charm, Fiefum, Attraction, Reselling, Treasure, as a guess at those. Yes, look at him, Lord and Snooty has Giggles. What was there was a guy in England in the comics that used to pilot planes. He used to have these goggles on. He looks like a pilot. I can't remember the name of it. And look, you can see it's going a little bit sci-fi with this card. Steampunkish. So yeah, there's interesting themes going throughout this game. It is very cool. I'm guessing these are unlocked. Like, look, this thing on the right here. Look, why don't you show me the total all the time? Why can't this follow me down? This is more interesting. How much is it in the old sterling? 43. It's 10 days to go. It's not too bad. So yeah, more cards coming, and very interesting that it's building out your deck. So it is really cool. And another great solo game. Now, the box is small, like I said. You're getting just decks of cards in it and the rule book. And yeah, each person gets a starter deck, the favorite deck. I love these cards. Look at the crows with their eyes, very kind of spooky. Look at this attempt here, machine. Some kind of sniper rifle. And it looks superb. It looks superb. Look, the snake, blood vassal, and the usurper. So there's certainly interesting going on. It probably is going up there for one of the best small box games. I mean, this is tiny. Another small box, and again, it's cheap enough to put all these in. And why would you not want to? Ooh, look at the conjuring here. The man, that looks spooky. Oh man. Getting artifact cards. This is amazing. This game's got a lot going for it. Expansion 2 now. Yep, all cool. I mean, you got 2 expansions already. You're getting a lot of content. This is probably the whole of it. Look at the size of this box. It's absolutely teeny weeny, tiny weeny, beany, tiny, boxy, little, tiny little thing. And these things must be even smaller. Look, it's the shape. It's a card. That is basically a deck box. Okay, you do get a bigger box here, which is not too bad. This is the... Alright, it's going to be useful now. How much is the master tier again? $50. That's not bad, $50 now. And you get in the collector's box and the 2 expansions in, and you got yourself a good deck builder then. And the add-ons, this has 0 related to it. And look, there's a playmat. Oh yeah. Kind of looking boring as a playmat though. But it gives you an idea though how busy the table is going to be with this game. I don't know why it's washed out in the background though. Why can it be more vivid to be seen? That's just me. But yeah, if you've got a deck card, if you're playing a deck card game, a playmat is essential because it essentially gives you a board. Otherwise, you're just playing with cards. This is, for me, is a must. Digital pack. Digital pack 2. Digital pack 3. And when we look at the rule book as we're just we'll be here all day. There's lower building. Look, there's quite a lot in this Kickstarter. There's a lot going on here. If you love solos, it is really cheap shipping as well. Very nice. Flow Ship Logistics Plan. Remember them? They give cheap shipping. I'm gonna have to write that down. Bo, take it down. We'll suggest this when Mexican shipping is high. Now, Ausonia, really cool, small deck card game, beautiful throughout, intriguing card art, everything's unique art across all the decks with 2 expansions and a collector's box. Oh man, you're getting treated well with this game. Wow, wow, wow. Another great solo game for April. There is no end to the amount of amazing stuff on Kickstarter. Now, 2 more backers than Ausonia is the Ratcatcher. Look how close these are. Another solo game. We'll take a break after this one. Alright, the Ratcatcher. Ooh, Oh, now this is unique. We've had card games, 2 card games, and with Ausonia and Veil Wrath, and we have Final Girl, which is a little bit of, that's like kind of a cool solo game. That's also $100. But here we've got another different type of game, and it's an adventure board game, the Ratcatcher. Now, Veil Wraith decided to do ink art with no colour because the end of the world happened and all the colour was taken away. But in the Ratcatcher, it's loose, colour loose put around. Let's go down. We'll have a look at these pledges first. $45. $45. So for $100 you can get the Ratcatcher and Osaurus, and man, you've got 2 great solo games. Oh, look at it! Look at all those components in this box. Man, you get more here, don't you? It looks like you get more. Unique character boards here. You get city cards here. You're building the city on the table as the city gets larger, so it's randomized. You've got these amazing rat cards, and you've got these boss rat cards. Oh my goodness, this game. Oh man. I'll tell you now, if you're a solo gamer, you're in heaven, you're in heaven, you're in heaven. 4 amazing titles, and this is an incredible one as well. Like this tall box, interesting, with a really tall rule book. Check that out. And a bag pull there. You're going to put these rats in the bag. Ooh, put your hand in the bag and pull out the rat. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. Come in January, so not this year. So cool. The $45 pledge gives you a 3D rat cage. Ooh, have a look at that. Have a look at that. Added to each copy of the game are these unlock goals. Look at the unique art on the rats. Really cool. They all have their different attack, defense, and movement, maybe. And they all have their own card and disc, it looks like. Now these are the Ratcatcher cards, and they give me a feel of a Carnival Zombie, which is a good thing. The art from that game was stellar, and certainly look at these beauties. And you've got this counter here. What is the name of these? I never remember. We've seen a few of these this year. Certainly a stand-up from, you're using a standard meeple, all right. Additional content here. Look at this boss. The something, the Mao, the Moo. Yeah, a giant rat. Look at him nibbling on this cheese block. Ugh. Additional content, some more city art, and it looks like the box has been upgraded with an insert. Very good indeed. This is what was missing from Ausonia, was box upgrades. But I guess they had the collector's box in that game. More art of this kind of Victorian era. The Ratcatcher is a solo adventure game. You are the Ratcatcher, saving magical cheese from a ravenous rat plague. Confront an endless tide of enchanted rats until you face the fearsome nemesis rat. You will need to make tactical decisions, use clever trap deployment, and dynamic exploration with just a little bit of luck to win the day. Yes! I'm not going to read everything. Already has an award. I like the back of the box here, showing you all the contents. Back of the box looks cool. Use a combat dice system to fight the horde of automated rats. See here, he's obliterating them as he lands on them with the dice. Random generated city creates a new experience every time. I love how all these rats just drop on this board. Like as a plague, just rains down on it all. Ugh. But beware the rats, for they are numerous and bitey. Ooh, look at them all eating her in this little gif. Ooh. You can gather cheese and other resources to unlock your full potential of your character. You can see you have little upgrades here. And these cheese kind of fit on your mat here. And then you face off against a terrible nemesis rat, the big daddy rat. Look at the size of the rat meeple for the daddy. Yeah, here's a city coming together. It looks a kind of craziness. There's a lot going on here. The white lines here are quite contrasting. That could have been, if you look at Ankh, for example. When Ankh have done their tiles, they've not completed the line. They don't. The artist just said, you don't need a full line. You can take the middle out of the line. You still understand it's a different area. And you could have definitely put a bit of transparency on these lines also. I like how it connects into the next tile here, and sometimes it doesn't connect in. But it gives you a kind of an idea when you're building the card, like a bit, it's like almost going together like dominoes, which is kind of cool. Certainly looks busy, doesn't it? With all these, we've got white rats, brown rats, these dark brown rats. You've got these little knobbles of cheese, different blue cheese and a cheddar maybe. Circle of Nerds Louis says, one of my favourite games of 2020 so far. Ooh. So yeah, it's getting some good YouTube support. And if you've not seen Guadalupe, fantastic Kickstarter channel, check them out. They do great coverage of solo games with good sense of humour. I like those guys big time. And yeah, there's Hungry Gamer. Look at Hungry Gamer eating this box. Where did you get the big rat boxer? Where did you get this big Ratcatcher box from? Because it doesn't look like that. Where have you got this from? Nod my hat there to Hungry Gamer. Doing good. And yeah, you can see great playthroughs here with... you see how the map develops, and you'll see how the solo game plays, and it is very, very, very cool. Now, this is the $45 box. You get all this goodness. Was the rat cage. On Tabletop Simulator, which is just to show you how confident they are that you're going to love this game, that it is on Tabletop Simulator. So the blue is the magic cheese, and the yellow and pink, they're the special tokens, upgrade tokens for your character. Attack dice. All looking really cool for it, isn't it? Game phases as well. It is cool how it plays. It is cool. We check this out. We gave it kind of a soft green light where we knew it it couldn't really fit into a full one, but we're going to do it. That's why we're doing it on the live show. Live show is going to be used for this, where these smaller games can be covered. Oh, look, it's dual layered the board. I was going to say something about this, and yes, man, this team are knocking it out the park. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. The rat bag. Ooh. It's another big page. Nemesis boards here. It mutates, it spawns a peculiar rat. Brown rats gain +1 attack Mutates again. Spawn another peculiar rat. Spawn a nemesis. Mutate. White rats get extra speed. Oh. Lots of stuff happening. All these cards, I'd love to see how big the map got if you used every one of them. And these are big tarot cards. They don't come bigger than this. So yeah, they're using the big, big, big cards for this map. You can see here looking cool. The way the different kind of rats act is also a delight. Creates for tons of tense moments as you play through the game. And imagine so when they're all surrounding you. It is supposed to be difficult as well. You can definitely get obliterated in this game. So this is not going to be an easy solo by any stretch. Oh, look at this guy with the poison tanks on the back. He looks good. We've got the Pied Piper. Is that a he or a she with a rat cage? There's Madame Cage, so it's a lady. She needs something. She looks very manly. And these Nemesis boards with their own tokens. Look at these nice rat pulls. They're calling them rat pulls. Now, when I first came to this, I thought, oh my god, look, they're only doing 6 rat cards and there's 64 rats. It would have been great if there was more individual rats. Well, let's look at the stretch goals. Look! More individual rats! Oh my goodness! This game is doing everything necessary to make me want to back it, is what it's doing. The Rattergeist. Look at this card. Amazing. I love this rat on top of the machine here. That's very cool. The Drop Rat. They've all got interesting names. Another hero. That's the one we saw before. This is Sister Constantine. And another boss. The Mew. We kind of saw him at the top where it said what we've unlocked. And yeah, super cool. So I think it's maybe... Oh, here's a stretch goals. Maybe there's some more. Nemesis rat like this big daddy. Oh man, look at it. It's just been cool. Oh, they've got a hard mode alternate start card. A new Ratcatcher character coming at 72. He looks like a massive monster. Look at him. And there's more to come. So very exciting project. Very exciting. Let's look at the shipping. Oh, they've got a little bit of lore on the characters. This is great to see. This is wonderful. Some of the common rats and the big daddy rats. Look at Mexico in this all rest of the world. Rest of the world, Mexico, not even on it. So we're going to have to contact them to see how much shipping is. And yeah, lots going on with this solo game. It's truly up there with one of the best of the year category. What a month April has been. Please check out all the videos, all their updates. 13 fantastic comments. He's bubbling with excitement. This game is totally worth your attention if you're a solo gamer. And if you're not, just come and have a deeper dive with this game. It is truly magical. The Ratcatcher. Oh my goodness, we've got to get rid of him and you've got to help. Please, solo gamers. In a game that is hard and it will rip you to shreds, but that is what's endearing about the Ratcatcher. It's going to be one of those where you're going to go, let's go in and do it. We can do it. But then you fail and you go back and you fail and you go back and you fail. It's all. The Ratcatcher solo adventure game mode. Fabulous. All right, we're going to go for a break because the heat in the room is getting insatiable. I'm cooking here. And we're going to have this break, and then we're going to come back and do 2 more. So enjoy this incredible song now from Vassal Gurdon, and he's doing opera. This is his opera song, and it's fabulous. All right, we're back. Amazing song. I love Vassal. I love him. I have subscribed to this guy's YouTube channel, and every song he brings out, I'm watching. He's so good. Love him, love him, love him. Now, studio team told me I can only do 1 more. We have things to do here on this Sunday, so we are going to look at For Science. No, this game, For Science. Now, in all block stacking games, this has the chunkiest pieces to stack. It really are. These are huge in your hand. They really are. Hang on, full screen, please. There we go. Thanks, Bert. He has a piece of paper saying full screen on it, which I see through the window. So it's working here on the live show. High tech. Fast-paced, cooperative block stacking game, but saving the world from a pandemic in the name of science. I wonder what that pandemic is. COVID-19. Excuse me. Frog in my throat. What's interesting about this stack laying game, though, as you see here, each scientist here is getting a card which is encouraging how they need to stack the block. These cards are going towards the cure, and these lines are representing where the blocks need to be touching. So these cards may be giving you trouble. Certainly, certainly. And now look at it on the table. It looks great. And the vivid colours of these blocks really make it pop. Wow. Look how vibrant this is. This is like a nursery school. Blow your eyes out. Your kid goes into nursery and goes, wow, at all the colours. Well, this is what it's doing now on this table. Wow. The pop of those colours is great. Now, the characters here, this kind of art style, we're seeing this art style get around, and we've seen it in other games like what are they called? The hospital game, the chef game. I can't remember. You'll see them. You'll see this kind of cutesy art style in other titles, is what I'll say then. Solo mode, yes, up to 6. Wow. And it says 15-minute game, which is blisteringly fast. 15 minutes? What? $5 will be donated to Direct Relief. Okay. Who are they? You can click here to find out more if you're interested. Tom Vassal says one of the most unique games I've ever played, and it's very unique. Well, it must be. If it's the most unique, it'd be very unique. Guadalupe, they have a great video on this, and I actually feel like a makeshift scientist, says Jan. Nice at 49. Look at these bricks. They really should put something here for showing you how big they are, like a can of Coke next to these, because they are really chunky. These interesting set of blues and greys that they've got, which calling the monochromic building blocks. I like the coloured glow from these cards. But it's kind of a little bit plain from from if it's a lab here. I don't know, it could do with a second pass. I mean, you're going to be putting cards here anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. But, and is it going to be dual layered if you can put in blocks and bricks here? Oh, we'll see. All looks okay. It's not blowing me away. I mean, the background of these cars will be better to see them in a lab instead of just this background. That's a little bit lazy. And you can see here it's been unlocking more roles for you to play, and each researcher here has unique abilities as well, so a little bit of asynchrony going on. Cubes have been upgraded as well, some unique lab tiles, certainly pushing the game into a better direction. These unique events can completely screw you up. It turns it almost into a party game when you play these, as it can really wildly change up your stack in the dexterity element. And these nice tiles here create a different look every time you play. These trying to cure these diseases. If you complete your stack, you're going to get a bonus on them. So, the head scientist, you get an expansion box, which they're calling the Sci-Hard expansion. More cards to stack, more unique characters, more types of disease, mutation and events, so it is pretty cool. And let's have a look at this cost. So yeah, it's only $10 more for the head scientist, which is cool. $10 box though to add more content. That's a win-win. Extra coloured blocks. Why would you need an extra set of blocks? And oh yeah, these circular playmats, they're pretty cool as well. This is for you to build your stacks on as if it's a giant Petri dish, which is pretty cool. So yeah, nice stacking game. It should be nice, family fun, friendly, super great colours, nice bits, not just dexterity, there's more going on, strategies are going on, and yeah, it looks like a really special dexterity game because there's a lot more going on than you think here. Cards have been upgraded, nice to see. Lots more content coming out from Stretch Goal. The card board has been upgraded, nice to see. New rolls coming out, and this is a nice thing for the trackers, these little flasks. And these are all locked, so still more interesting things to come. Challenge labs, ooh. So yeah, more to come. There's great plays here. We've mentioned them already on the show. Guadalupe, they have a very fun stories to tell you about this game, which is great. And shipping, max shipping is going to be 50, which is a little if you're in Mexico. So there is that to think about. All right, peeps, that has been these two things on Kickstarter. What's going on? That has been For Science, a unique dexterity game with more strategy going on, where you are actually curing a disease. It sounds really cool. Grey Fox Games here, knocking it out the park. Love to see a stretch goal for the box though, to make it Kickstarter exclusive. That would be nice. But anyway, For Science, worth your attention also. Super cool game. We're only 5 days left to go. Very exciting though. Please check it out. Alright peeps, that will be the end of the live show. Thank you so much for watching. The edit will be going up later today on Sunday, as we cannot put it on during the week because there's too much competition happening. We have our channel tomorrow looking at Kickstarters that are going to be ending. Please look out for that. And we'll have our usual week of looking at the big or interesting Kickstarters that come out worthy of your attention. All right, this has been Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy. You take care and stay safe.